Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Astlibra. So, you can see that we're back, or I suppose, still in town. Oops, mouse cursor, what are you doing? A couple of things. So first of all, we're not almost level 4, we are level 4, because I overshot a little bit. Whoops. I mean, obviously, not a big deal. I hope you agree. I don't know, can we... Oh, we cannot actually distribute our points just from anywhere, but we can do that from these things. Okay, so these crystals allow us to both distribute any unspent points, as well as also just re-spec. In fact, I think I remember seeing an item in the shop that allows you to respec. I don't know that I saw that or looked at that on camera. I think that might have been... Yeah, in fact, I think when I replayed everything, which by the way took like 6 minutes to get back to the point where I was when I did it off camera. But yeah, when I did that, I also talked to the general store well, shopkeeper, and looked at what else was available, and there's some sort of elixir, I forget the name, but it says you can only ever carry one of those, and it allows you to respec. Basically, I assume the point is that it allows you to do that out in the field, as opposed to in town where you have these crystals. Anyway, you do need these to do that, which is fine. We definitely want more health, so yeah, maybe putting 1 point into health on most level ups is a decent idea to keep up with, you know, increasing enemy difficulty. In fact, I mean, only one is maybe not enough. For now, it's gonna be fine. I mean, 5 speed seems fine for the time being. Bash range, I mean... Do I necessarily even want bash range past a certain point? I suppose it's not useless, or might even be useful for just dashing all the way through the enemy to the other side, so I don't end up just basically in the middle of its hitbox, ready to get punished by any kind of attack by it. Okay, yeah, I guess. Maybe it's just generally a good thing. Attack power increased, yes. I mean, that's just straightforward enough, of course. And luck, extra experience points. I mean, part of me just wants to dump all points early on into luck, because obviously it's gonna make the biggest difference the more you have early on, right? Is this silly? Maybe it is. It's probably kind of silly. Maybe I'll go to 10 luck. Not that I know, you know, how big that effect even is. It might be like 0.5% or so at 10 luck. More experience, that is. But, I don't know, maybe it's more palpable. And, you know, more experience is more experience, even if it's not a whole lot more. Anyway, as expected, of course, we ended up with different items than last time, because most of that is just randomized. I think I definitely got more arrows. I haven't used any of those. Hopefully I should be able to at least hit that one target now that I know to just stand perfectly on the edge. Of course, I did not do that off camera. We still have 1 pickaxe left. We didn't get any special ores or anything, just basic stones from the 2 mining points, so that was a bit unlucky, I suppose. We didn't get any logs, which I believe are needed to craft certain things. Well, yes. I still don't have that, but soon enough. Reset potion. It's literally just called that. It only costs 1, actually. Wait. I guess if I had realized that, I would have just bought one. So yeah, you can just carry one of those around. Resets all character stat point allocation. I mean, it says it resets it. It doesn't say that it allows you to redistribute it, but surely that has to be included. Wooden ring... 5 agility, I mean, it's only 10 coins. Oh, right, but I keep overlooking the materials required there. So 2 logs for this, for 5 agility. 2 attack power for 1 slime eyeball, which, again, we didn't get one this time. despite slaughtering a bunch of slimes. So drop rates are not amazing. And a spider web, which we either find or get from some sort of spider enemy. Looking forward to those. Those seem like we would probably encounter those in the actual cave, though. Similarly here, it looks like we need bat wings and some sort of bone. Probably also found in the cave for the bone necklace, which is just straight up better than the wooden ring, I suppose, because it gives you more than 5 agility plus other things. It's also a bit expensive, of course, so something to work towards. We have plenty of chest keys, obviously haven't used any of those. We probably don't need to buy any more arrows. Dew from the well tree. Instantly transports you to a safe location. This one's interesting. I wonder if this one allows you to choose among different available locations. But we do have the infinitely reusable one that specifically brings you back to this place for now. So obviously no need for these for the time being. We could... Actually, it probably makes sense to buy an additional pickaxe, because I'm going to head back out toward the west, or, well, I mean the left exit from the village, to try and get that pine resin, finally. And there are two, well, at least 2 mining points. In fact, there might be more. You know what, let's pack an additional one, just in case we come across another mining point. Right, so let's see what equipment we can get. Hopefully I didn't spend too much money, but I don't think so. A club, that takes a log. Okay, we can make the stone dagger, which is an upgrade in terms of damage. Better handling, which means just base attack speed. Obviously shorter range makes sense. It's not a huge upgrade, but it is an upgrade. And it's less heavy. We still don't really know what that does. Bone sword, as expected, takes bone. Better attack, same handling and range. Heavier, though, compared to the stick, I suppose. Rock hammer. Oh. Okay, I suppose it's just... If you have enough of a material, it's just circled like that, and especially highlighted. Fair enough. Right. Takes 5 rocks, 2 spider webs, 1 bat wing. Kind of random, I'm not sure. Yeah, we're basically missing materials for most things, but we can get the most basic stuff. And yeah, this should already help quite a bit, considering we were taking quite a beating last time. This one even increases magical power. Interesting. But it's also overall better. Oboro. Okay. I mean, should we upgrade to the dagger? I suppose. It's not really much of a reason not to. The shorter range seems a bit problematic, perhaps, but it looks like there are really only 3 distinct stages for handling and range. I wonder if it's more gradual, or if it really is just that. Short, mid, and long range, and slow, medium, and fast weapons. It probably is just that, actually. Okay. Anyway. Let's equip. Oh, yeah, right. One thing that actually happened. Wait, no. Huh? Am I crazy? Oh, was it this? Ah, we mastered the shield. Yeah, at some point before even getting to level 4. So I don't know why it didn't happen the first time around while I was recording, but only when I redid off camera. There was a pop-up about learning a new magic spell, I believe, even though maybe it, oh yeah, you know what? I think what they meant, I thought it was I actually just learned active magic, but I suppose we haven't yet unlocked that mechanic. So it has to be a Charon magic, actually, which I thought what these were anyway, the things that you unlock by mastering equipment. So we apparently mastered the wooden round shield. You know what it is? I probably just used a lot more shield bashes, and that ended up mastering the shield. That makes a lot of sense, actually, actively using it. Right. It doesn't look like we gathered any sort of mastery for the tree branch. Maybe there just isn't anything to master. Huh. In the demo, weapons maxed out incredibly quickly, and I wonder if that's just because they accelerated it for the demo. But then the shield was was maxed out very quickly as well here. So we'll see how that goes. I do not know what the green sphere, the green circle there means. The stick does not have one, the tree branch. But the dagger does. Okay. Maybe the game is going to explain. Yeah, it's displayed there as well. Huh. This can also be... this can also gather experience, I suppose, and be maxed out eventually. Maybe the joke is that... I mean, I can kind of see like a pixel, or a line of pixels, at the very left side of the XP bar for the tree branch here. You can see it switching when I go back and forth. So maybe the joke is that the tree branch does indeed gather experience, but incredibly slowly. So you have to grind excessively to unlock its ability. Of course, the joke being that it's the worst weapon in the game. But whatever ability you unlock with it eventually is maybe super powerful or something. That seems like something they might do. Whereas other weapons typically max out much more quickly and give you, you know, normal abilities that are not overpowered. Anyway, what is it that we unlocked? It would be armor? Ah, yes. Aegis. Master Shield. Right. I guess that means that we unlocked it by mastering the shield. Allows you to hold your shield immediately as well as guard in mid-air. Well, we don't have an extra crystal right now, and... Hold up your shield immediately as opposed to... How long does it take? Oh, I suppose maybe it only starts guarding when the actual shield, like, effect starts flashing up? And not when it looks like your character is physically holding the shield, because that basically happens instantly. I don't know. Do we have anything to sell? Well, no. Nothing. Because we basically had nothing equipped before. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Oh, right, we can actually just kill the trees in town. I think there's another one over here, maybe? Yeah. 2, in fact. I guess they probably have a chance to drop logs, but... Nope, no such luck. Okay, let's actually save this time, yes. Let's start a new save file here. In fact, do we only have the 3? Yes, but we can rotate them. It's always useful to have backups just in case something goes horribly wrong. Nice guard. Totally what I meant to do, of course. Okay, I mean... Do we deal noticeably more damage? I mean, obviously we should, between the dagger having 7 more attack power and us having put like an extra point into strength. Goji berries are nice. You know what? I did watch parts of the second episode, of course. Oh yeah, right. There's one thing, speaking of which, actually, there's one thing I wanted to address, which is more of a curiosity that doesn't actually really seem to matter, but still I want to mention it. But yeah, what I don't remember is the music seeming particularly loud, but it does seem kind of loud compared to everything else while I'm playing here. So I'm going to lower it just a little bit more. I think it's fine. You can probably hear me. I mean, it was not too bad even before I lowered it. And I lowered it quite a bit initially, but just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna go a little bit lower. And I'm gonna make sure to actually give it a, a good listen. Maybe both on, on my PC and on my phone. Just to make sure that it's fine now, or if I can actually maybe increase it again, because the music is nice. Obviously, I want it to be audible, just not overpowering. It's always a balancing act. Anyway, the other thing I meant to mention is that while watching my recorded video, you know, the original video file on my PC, I noticed, for episode 2 specifically, that whenever, or most of the time, not every single time, I think like on 1 or 2 occasions it did not happen, but on most occasions when there was an item pickup, or a pop-up in the middle of the screen saying that you found, you know, such and such item, such as when opening a chest, for example, or receiving items. Oh, I'm taking so much damage, what the heck? Receiving items from the, you know, friendly townspeople. The audio would keep playing just fine, but the video actually froze up until basically after the pop-up disappeared again. And I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. Obviously it didn't happen while actually playing. Everything was totally smooth and continuous during actual gameplay. But I figured maybe it's just something about, you know, how this game is built, how this engine, and how it interacts with the recording software. That kind of thing can happen. It's rare, thankfully. Usually everything just works for the games I've been playing. But yeah, you know, it seemed possible that something like that was going on, and I do need to be conscious of my hit points here. Can't get too distracted by talking. Anyway, but yeah, I figured it wasn't a terribly big deal, especially because I also read out loud whenever I picked up an item, so you know, you would know anyway. But of course, it was something that I thought I'd at least try to look into fixing. But then when I double-checked the uploaded video on YouTube, it seemed like it was no longer an issue. So it seems like the video is actually recorded fine. It just somehow doesn't play correctly on my PC, which is really unusual because typically the VLC player that I've been using for, I don't know, 20 years or so, if not longer. Nah, probably not much longer than that. But anyway, it's always been super consistent and reliable. So it's strange, but apparently, whatever the issue is, it disappears during the conversion on YouTube's side, so good. Also, I swear there was not just a B prompt to use the pickaxe at the mining point before, the first time around, right? I specifically looked for that, but it certainly was there when I replayed last time, so maybe you have to interact with the mining point once before that just becomes automatic. I don't know. Either way, it's convenient, I suppose. So technically now I probably don't need pickaxes on my hotbar anymore, which is certainly useful. But speaking of hotbar, and we have found a couple of goji berries, so we should absolutely use one. Because level ups certainly... And the first level up came very quickly. I suppose the second one came relatively quickly, but it already took noticeably longer for level 4, and now we are making much slower progress from these weak enemies. I mean, understandable. I don't know why I dashed forward there. Huh? Wait, oh that... No, I know why. I was using shield dashes. And I was mashing attack and mashed through another notification. One telling me, hello cat, you're going crazy, of course. Of course you would. Yes, that we already maxed out the stone dagger, so that took no time at all. Mastered Sylph. Which apparently, it tells us there that it takes 3. I really wonder what that green circle is. It almost looks like a materia slot in Final Fantasy, but I don't know that that's a thing. But maybe it is. I don't know. Weapon? It's not under weapons? Oh, okay. It's under attributes and status mode. So, I see. So the weapons mode category doesn't necessarily all have abilities that are learned from weapons. Sylph. When an enemy is weak to the wind attribute, deal increased wind damage. Oh, interesting. Well, we can't do anything with that, but that's nice to have, I suppose. It seems kind of random to get that from the stone dagger, but you know, why not? Also, first locked chest. Acquired refining kit. Okay. Right, we found one of those without having to spend a key on it, because, yep, we definitely did spend a key. Well... Shortcut panels. Can we... How can we clear our shortcut panels? Can we clear our shortcut panels? Or can we only equip something else in a slot that's already used? I mean, I suppose I can always do that. And then put the arrow back there. I see, it remembers whatever row of items you had last selected. Okay. Well, let's go to that one. Stand on the very edge, and hopefully that's going to work. Yep, that hits it, and unlocks a chest there, which also happens to be where a flower is, isn't it? No? That's... actually, the flowers are later. Okay. It's just a similar looking place. Yeah, of course. I kinda wish I could more consistently stun enemies, especially the big slimes. Because yikes. Or break. Yeah, and I think the yellow number going down is literally just a numerical representation of the enemy's health, in addition to the bar that we get. Yeah, I should not be taking these considerations. These berries are cheap enough and common enough that I should just be using them much more freely. Anyway, acquired Technique Scroll Sky Sword. Interesting. Technique Sky Sword. Hold the attack button. Ah, it's that one. I see. So you charge your attack basically. Release to activate. Throws your weapon to hit distant enemies multiple times. Oh, that's actually super nice. There's a cooldown period, yes. But at least during the demo, it seemed very short. No! Do you actually have to have the things on your hotbar after all? Okay. Well, I suppose that's good to know. I'm just gonna put it back there, though, because... yeah, okay. Interesting. I hope that's not gonna be too much of an issue of, you know, us actually running out of hotbar spaces when, you know, where there are gonna be these basic necessities that we probably want to have equipped at all times because they're, you know, going to come up all the time. Well, I suppose I am going to go ahead and assume that it works the exact same way with keys, and we do need to have them equipped in order to use them. Probably. Anyway, Skyward Sword? No. Just... oh, yeah, nice. I mean, that's a range attack. Unfortunately, I don't think that works to hit... actually, I don't know. Does it? Does it hit targets? I think I tried that in the demo. Well, I mean, it certainly looks like it would have hit that if that was possible, so... no such luck, I suppose. Let's press forward. I don't feel like I'm doing necessarily a lot better in terms of killing stuff much faster and taking less damage. Considering that I now have better armor and weapon compared to last time, but maybe I'm also just being more reckless. Well, I mean, that dealt good damage. Honestly, that deals really good damage. Nice. Hold on a second. Ah, okay. Oh, I don't know if items despawn, but I wasn't gonna take that risk. We definitely need that log. And more. They're surprisingly rare, actually. Annoyingly so. Oh. Wow, that seems a bit cheesy. Not that I'm opposed to the concept of cheese in any of its many iterations. But if we can't just do this... just outrange enemies... well, there they suddenly noticed me. Huh. Okay, more arrows, sure. I guess I should, now that I have actually a decent number of them, I might even want to just throw an arrow at an enemy just to see how that actually works, how much damage that deals. In fact, would this work? Maybe from here? You really do not throw very far. Huh. I mean, that was 29 damage, I suppose? Not amazing. Oh god. Nope. Okay, okay. Stay calm. Can do this. Okay, sure. It's easy when just, you know, downward attacking like this over and over to accidentally hit down an attack while on the ground again, which does a shield dash. And might just cause you to dash forward into unfortunate situations. Getting 10 XP from these enemies now. I mean, honestly, it probably would make a lot of sense to start paying attention to the exact numbers so we can see any increases from investing in luck. 4 XP for these. Maybe that's gone up from 3, but of course with these numbers it's gonna be hard to tell the percentage increase. We'll kill the flower. The fact that they're completely invisible is a bit rough, honestly. I mean, I suppose once you know an area and once you know where they are, it's fine. I mean, even then, you're gonna have to memorize. Hey, we level up. Okay. Well, I'm going to go to 10. Ah, nice. And it consolidates 10 small ones into one large crystal. It's the same with the green ones as well. Yeah, you know what? We definitely need that HP and attack power. I suppose we can't keep putting more points in, of course. Of course. Speed or attack power? Let's go with... or maybe even health? Certainly getting my ass kicked quite a bit. Maybe 5 HP, you know, completely contrary to what I said at one point about mostly ignoring health. Yeah, let's just go to 5. You know, just like with 10 luck, seems like a decent number to have for the time being. Probably gonna invest more at some point. And we do indeed get 5 XP for these now. Learned new Karen Magic Coin Magnet. I like that. From mastering, what is it, our armor, I guess? Yes. Well, it's literally the only other piece of equipment that we have, so it had to be that. Coin Magnet 2, okay. Collect coins automatically. Coins, but not the green crystal things, whatever those are. I guess. Or unless it considers all kinds of currency. Man, honestly, I'm barely using dash. But it is required to make certain jumps. There's information. Damage values. What's more important? Seeing the actual damage values? Or seeing the remaining enemy health? Maybe it's the health bar that's more useful. Let's put this on and see how nice this feels. I mean, typically I'm a huge fan of all kinds of, you know, magnetism effects. Okay. And, I mean, it's also important to know, of course, from how far away it's going to work. Is it infinite range? It might be. And what about these crystals? Do they just disappear? They... Yep, okay, they flash occasionally and then eventually just disappear. I thought I had noticed that before, but I wanted to make sure. Right, also, yes, small slimes have definitely gone up from, I think, 3 experience at the beginning to 5 now, which is already at least a 40% increase. Is that right? No, wait. No, it's actually 2/3. Yeah, of course, from 3 to 5. So, that's a substantial increase. I did not pay attention to how much we got from the big guy, though. In fact, I'm not even sure that I know how much they were worth initially. The flowers were 7 before the most recent level up, right? And they're now... Oh, we don't see the numbers anymore. Wait. Yep, okay. I mean, the magnetism is nice, but of course it's not completely crucial right now, so... I mean, it's never going to be crucial, but it doesn't really matter too much. I can collect those handful of coins that these enemies drop for me. Were these worth exactly 10? It's 11 now, so there is definitely another increase. Although it doesn't seem quite as substantial. Maybe it's not a percentage base, but just a flat amount? No, surely not. That wouldn't make any sense. Surely later game enemies are going to be worth way, way more, right? No stunning. Is it only Shield Bash that's going to stun the big ones? Ouch. Who knows? Or break. Stun, break, whatever. Same thing. Oh, wow, that's so sneaky. They did not place that flower behind the foreground tree by accident. Well, we're back by the lake. Oh, wait. Is this not where I was supposed to go? No. Are we not supposed to be here? Wait. What was I supposed to look for again? Based on what you learned at the bar, collect pine sap and bundles of wood and take them to the tool shop. Wait a second. Am I really stupid? Hold on. Did I forget to talk to the girl again when I redid my progress? So I certainly did everything. I definitely remember doing everything else, but maybe I never returned to her. Oh, I never learned about her father and where the pine sap is. And so of course the trigger wasn't set, and the item wasn't actually there. Okay, also you can skip dialogue like that. Well, we did... Okay, I wasn't sure if teleporting back would count as resting, but I don't think it did, so... Huh? Wait a minute. We don't know how dangerous the demons up ahead could be. You should prioritize getting your equipment ready. Now you tell me? Buy some equipment in the village shop and proceed with caution. Yes. I already did that. To dig for ore... Oh, okay. A page for others has been added to the Book of Charon. Also, I realized what that was all about. The Book of Charon is literally just the book that we're carrying. That being said, I don't think there's a page titled Other. Never mind, there totally is. Okay, so I did overlook that. But anyway, yeah, that exists. Mining. Ore can be mined with pickaxe at mining points. Pickaxe will break after mining a certain amount of ore. Oh, right, so... I guess there might be pickaxes... Maybe a pickaxe is always going to be consumed during one... You know, during the usage of one mining node or mining point. But better, sturdier pickaxes will extract more ore in the process. I doubt that any pickaxes... Unless maybe there's the golden pickaxe at the end or something that never breaks and fully mines every ore deposit. I could see that kind of thing existing, but yeah, normal pickaxes I suppose will never last for more than one mining point, because they don't have a... They're just a stacking consumable, right? They don't have a individual durability bars or anything, so it couldn't really work that way. Pickaxe will break, mining points will disappear, mining points can be restored by touching save crystals, yes. By registering a pickaxe as a set item, you can also mine with the B button. I see. So it specifically says that you do need to do that to use it with a quick button. I mean, I don't know why that's not just a thing and it uses it from your inventory, but, you know, fair enough. About demon treasure chests. Demons occasionally drop treasure chests. You will need a key to open them. Well, unless it's one of the types that... I suppose the other ones are just boxes, not chests. The ones that are not locked. Some chests contain rare items. Well, you would hope that they do, considering they take a resource to open. About attributes, which is also just randomly on this page. Attributes each have a corresponding weakness: fire and water, wind and earth, holy and darkness. Thankfully, that's just very standard stuff. That being said, I mean, I guess fire being weak to water makes sense. Water is not necessarily always weak to fire, but in this case it is. And yeah, it's just paired like that. Each demon has a specific attribute. Attacking them with the opposing attribute will increase damage inflicted significantly. Attacking with their given attribute will decrease damage inflicted. Non-attributes are unaffected. Well, for now, of course, we have absolutely no options in that regard. Abnormal state. Let's see if there's anything unusual here. You will also recover naturally over time, except from poison. Okay, that's good to know. So poison is always going to stick around. Paralysis halves movement speed, attack speed, and jumping power. Alright. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Petrification prevents any action for a long time, including use of items. Yikes. Can be cured by repeatedly hitting the up, down, left, right, attack, and jump buttons. I'm guessing any of those, just mash the face buttons and you'll recover. You're break free. Okay. Bleeding. Continued bleed gradually decreases your HP. Note that item usage will be cancelled if you sustain damage from bleeding. Interesting. So if there is an item to cure bleeding, unless it's used instantly, you can't even use it to cure yourself? No, that wouldn't make sense. So either there is no bleeding cure item or it is instant. Blind, you will not see anything beyond your nose. Literally not beyond my nose? That's not very far at all. Deadly poison leads to an inevitable death if left untreated. Your remaining time will be shown above your head. So it's basically like Doom in Final Fantasy, where there's just a timer above your head and when it reaches 0 you die. That's cool. Hidden treasure chest, right. We still haven't found one of those, of course. Unless it's so well hidden that I just didn't notice. Karen's magic. Permanent effects. Magic can be equipped and unequipped at will. Max number of crystals available is the number of you have in your item menu, right? You have them as actual items. If you want more, you'll need to find them somewhere. You don't say. New magic can be learned by increasing your proficiency level in various pieces of equipment. Right. If you equip a piece of equipment after reaching max proficiency, you have the option to use the associated magic for no cost. Wait. Is that so? That does not appear to be the case. You can allocate items to shortcuts. Expand the list of items by holding down LB on the action screen. Expand. I mean, there seem to be only ever 2 lines, two rows. When the list is expanded, yes. Said items list is divided into 2 groups, recovery and miscellaneous. Right, 6 items can be allocated to each group. Right. Press Y to remove an item from the shortcut quickly. Okay, that is a thing, good to know. Choose item from the menu and select use. Event items must be activated in the same way. That's probably going to be pretty clear when that's the case. There's a delay between using an item and its effect, yes. If you're attacked, yes. Item usage can be manually cancelled by pressing LB before its effect has activated. Okay. Only that? You cannot just move or jump? Or attack or... no, I guess LB specifically. Items are used when their effects are activated, yes. Right. Cancelling will not consume the item. Select use to view the content of items like books, yes. Interact, normal attack, hit repeatedly, upward attack, guard, shield bash, yeah. Right, okay. We knew all of that. I feel like there was something... oh yeah, apparently, I mean, the game just told me that we can apparently equip stuff for free as long as we have the mastered equipment still equipped, but I cannot equip that despite having the mastered leather garment on. Coin magnet 2. Yeah, I mean... I must have misunderstood something. Clearly. Guess that is just not how that seems to work. I don't know. I suppose I could always put that on though instead of the dash that I barely ever use. You also don't really seem to run that much faster. So is this any faster? That blue shield effect does not seem to come up any faster. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't see a visual effect. Am I, once again, misunderstanding? Allows you to hold your shield immediately as well as guard in midair. I mean, the midair guard at least? Yeah, okay. But attacking while guarding in midair is still causes a downward attack. Anyway, you know what? I take it back. Dash is actually pretty nice to have, and I don't know that I'm really benefiting from that shield thing. I probably would be, but you know. You know. Yeah. No, dashing actually is a lot faster. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, wait. Where'd you guys come from? You shouldn't be here. I don't mind, I suppose, but that's not what I meant to do. Oh. Dude, stop it. How do you not just randomly take damage from these stupid little things shooting out their spikes without any prior warning? Okay, right. Direction change. It's kind of rough. Ah, hang on a minute. Now that I think of it, you've been picking up the colored drops the enemies have been leaving behind, right? Yes. I read in a book that if humans consume those drops, it'll boost their physical abilities. Really? You sure that book is trustworthy? Because those things don't look edible. We don't know what kind of powerful demons we might meet from here on out. I think it's worth trying, don't you? Don't you? Well, it's probably normal to think twice about ingesting something that came out of a demon. Okay, I'm glad that you acknowledge that at least. When an enemy is defeated, its attributing force appears as a colored drop. Right, we've seen green and yellow so far. You can use force to develop your abilities on the grow screen. Oh, you know what? Yeah, now that I think about it, in the demo there was an additional menu, and of course there are several menu options in our menu right now that aren't available yet, and one of them was a sort of skill tree system. Completely forgot about that. A page for Grow has been added to the Book of Charon. Well, now it's there. Right, and it's a little bit annoying because you cannot move the cursor to any unavailable things. You can only select ones that are currently loanable, I suppose. Not that there is much of a reason, I suppose, to look at the others ahead of time, but you can't even like scroll and look at what is coming up, you know. Anyway, we have max HP plus 2, which is not huge, but I'm obviously expecting later upgrades to be a bit more impactful. And we have so many of these green things, of course, so that's nice. Max HP plus 2. And we have attack power plus 1 for another 5. Hell yeah. And speed plus 1 for another 5. Absolutely. And more health, and it's now getting a bit more expensive. Fair enough. Ooh, interesting. Defense for yellow. Adaptability for red, which we don't have. Okay. A new skill with the icon of a mummy for 15 of something. See, but it's gonna cost 15 of something, but we don't know which color unless we buy this one first, because we cannot select any of the ones beyond the currently available ones. Defense went up by 1. That's nice. That's how I'm getting. I'm going to get at least a couple of points of defense and adaptability that I'm not otherwise going to probably be putting very many points in from leveling up. We get max ST. Oh, max ST, right. Possession skills can be used more easily. Well, not necessarily more easily, I suppose, but it's just my resource for using them once I unlock that. Okay, we can buy 2 more yellow things. Which direction do I want to go more? There is some attack and more ST, which doesn't matter for now. More speed over that way. Does the color... Does it actually just tell you? Oh, you know what? It totally does. Never mind, you can totally tell. So the mummy skill actually costs 15 yellow. I don't know why I didn't see that immediately. That seems pretty obvious now. Welp, so how much further can we go here? We could unlock this, then another 5 green, then another 6 yellow for the defense, and then we could get more attack, more magic, more HP, more speed, more defense it looks like, more luck perhaps. So we could go quite a bit further from there, or actually we can go quite far here as well. Speed and then the ST, some more speed, attack, defense, attack. Honestly, I like this direction here. I like the direction this is going. I would like... Oh, actually wait, we can get the extra luck. Magic plus 1. Right, now we're... Yeah, I mean, without more yellow, I won't be able to advance in that lower tree, so we might as well just get this one for now. Of course, we can easily enough farm the yellow stuff, it's just from those flower enemies, but... yeah, okay. And now suddenly... This is what our stats look like. Better than before, I suppose. Grow? No. Equip? No. Wait. Ah, right. This is how you look at this. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay. So, we have 4 attack here, but of course that doesn't mean that we have literally 4 attack. That's just how many crystals we've invested into boosting our actual attack stat. And the attack points that we get, and all the other stat points that we get via the grow screen are also directly affecting the attributes themselves. So, yeah. Okay, anyway, is there going to be pine resin now? Yes. This must be the lake closest to the frontier. I don't smell any pine resin around here, though. Huh? Across the lake there. There's trees in the way, so it's a bit hard to see, but isn't that some sort of building? I mean, I don't know, you could just quickly fly over there and take a look. That must be where it is. We'll have to cross the lake, but I think it'll be worth it. But, oh, this is where I learned to swim. Of course, we already knew that that was going to be a thing. You're telling me to go and have a look? How could you be so cruel? There are demons roaming around here too, you know. I can't fight them. We're supposed to be inseparable. I refuse to go look on my own. Okay. Don't tell me you're afraid to go underwater. Just lift your head out of the water to breathe, and you'll be fine. Yeah, just stay on the surface and, you know, and you'll be fine. That's how swimming works. Just don't die. Yeah, you'll be A-okay. Speaking of, for some reason I can breathe underwater by enclosing myself in a bubble. Don't question it. It's another one of my mysteries, I guess. Turns out I'm not just an ordinary bird after all. Not even an ordinary speaking bird. Much less a common crow. Har har. Okay. When you dug your head underwater, the breathing gauge appears. You will sustain damage if the gauge reaches 0. Damage, but not instant death, I gather from that? Okay. Oh boy. But we cannot actually swim. Wait. We cannot swim. We will just sink like a stone, but we can jump. It's kind of Metroid-like, you know, in that sense. Are we gonna get a gravity suit eventually? Wait, status, adaptability. Right. Adaptability, dive duration, underwater speed improved. Okay. So I suppose it is actually both. Well, this acts both as your gravity suit or whatever, as well as just improving your breath gauge, allowing you to spend more time underwater, but also making navigation underwater easier. Is this gonna be fine? Yes. Oh wait, why is my breath gauge completely red? Huh? Magic crystal acquired. I mean, that's good. Huh? Wow, because it goes down super quickly. That's why. Holy crap! Wow. Okay, yeah, I guess we need some adaptability at some point. Oh no! Wait. Don't tell me we are actually having our first boss fight here. Oh no, this is bad. This is a barrier that demons create to keep their prey from escaping. Watch out, they could attack from anywhere. Is it... Please tell me it's at least just normal enemies. Ah. Look out! Whoa, first magic learned. What the heck? For just a moment I felt like I was you. Oh, that's why it's possession skills, because Karen possesses us. Yeah, possession. Is that what that was? Did the heavens hear my joke about us being inseparable? Once again, the mysteries surrounding me are increasing. But if it's a useful ability, it's a welcome addition. I can feel the presence of more demons. Seems like it'll be the real deal from here on out. Let's use this power to fight them off. Press up while holding Y, then release Y to activate one of Karen's possession skills. Right, so first hold Y, then press up. Possession skills scale based on your magic power and are very powerful, but they require ST to activate. ST is gained by damaging enemies with normal attacks. We probably want to heal up, just in case. Right. And yeah, the way this works... Okay, now we have our skills. Fire Dragon. Oh, it's interesting. Oh no, okay. Right. So the way this works... Oh, and you know what? I guess the green orb on our sword, our dagger, is just its elemental affinity, so wind? Although that's weird, it's a stone dagger, right? So shouldn't it be earth, if anything? Anyway, Fire Dragon being fire and red, that makes perfect sense, of course, is what you would expect. ST consumed 100, so a full bar. Times used 1, well, it was... it's interesting that it counted the automatic usage of it, but okay. Transforms into a small dragon and spits out powerful fireballs, works well against ground enemies, yeah. Doesn't seem to reach very far, but it's something at least. And yes, the way this works is you hold the Y button and then you enter a combination of two directions on the D-pad. So in this case it's bound, Fire Dragon is bound, or up to 2 directions I suppose. And then you release Y and it executes. So it's, I don't know what it's not really like any kind of control scheme of any game that I remember playing before, but it's kind of a clever way to bind a variety of different spells or abilities to, you know, just a handful of buttons. But it does require, unfortunately, memorizing at least a few combos. I mean, it's only ever 2 combinations, but still, my memory is famously or infamously bad, at least according to me, so... Yeah. Anyway, in this case, it's the skill is bound to either up or up, you know, up twice. Right. And here, of course, it shows a red X because we don't actually have the SP to cast it, so letting go just doesn't do anything. Oh god. Okay, those are not just normal big slimes. Yikes. Oh god. Wait, oh, we broke it. Okay, that was actually pretty decent. And they break into 2 of the medium-sized ones, and they break into a ton of the small ones. This is actually going way better than expected. Famous last words. Okay, turn around. I think I'm already in the process of turning around. Oh wow, that's so much damage. Okay, okay. And they're actually weak to it. I mean, that makes sense. Okay. Easy peasy. Please don't have the log despawn on me. Okay, thank you. Okay, that was way easier than I expected. First big win achievement. Thank you. Defeat the Slime Lord. Actually, it was the twin Slime Lords. Maybe it used to be the Slime Lord and it already lost some sort of battle before and was split into two slightly smaller Slime Lords. Phew. We've managed to get rid of them. Anytime you see a barrier like that, it means we'll have to fight off some demons, just like this time. I mean, it would be nice if I could see the barrier beforehand, so I don't stumble into a boss arena unprepared like this time, but... well, at least it worked out this time. For now, it seems like they're gone. Let's take a look at the hut. Yes. On the skill screen in the menu, you will find a description of possession skills and how to activate them. Advanced skills can also be selected on the screen once they're learned. Right. Advanced. How? Right, for now we only have this one slot for a skill apparently, which we can select and then technically select, you know, bind or assign a slot, spell to that slot, my god. Of course, right now we only have the one. What did we get items-wise? Why is this still marked as new? Oh, because you can actually read it, I suppose. Use? Huh? Wait. I'm stupid. I didn't realize I could just eat raw flour. In fact, that should have damaged me, if anything. It's not... you should not do that normally. Okay, anyway. I hope we don't need that. I hope we didn't need that. We have... hang on, stop it. We have wooden log. Several wooden logs. We have some slime eyes. I don't know if those alone are enough to do anything with, but at least we have some. Okay. Good stuff. Sniff, sniff. This can contains pine resin. Moreover, it's completely full. All that hard work to get here was worth it. No one seems to be using it, so let's go ahead and take it. Acquired 18-liter container of pine resin. That's a lot of pine resin. And that's also the end of this path. Almost to level 6. But I also... well, we're also almost to the 1 hour mark. So, actually what I'm going to do here... I think we can just use this. And just like that, we're back. And I'm going to save here. Yes, we're going to save on the 3rd slot for episode 3. Perfect. And next time, I'm going to take care of everything else. Well, I guess turn in the quest, do any more shopping, if we do have enough materials for any items that we couldn't afford before, and so on and so forth. Maybe I'll just go back and quickly grab, you know, enough experience to get to level 6 before heading into the cave. You know, just in case. Because apparently things are not necessarily going to be very easy. So, you know, it can't hurt to be a bit over-prepared, perhaps. Anyway, for now, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.